Fortnite Chapter 2 returns very soon in like 2 seasons. But why? Why? Didn't we like just have a Chapter 1 OG and then like Reload came 2, which is basically like the baby of OG or something? I don't know. Like, did Fortnite just find the easy money making trick and now they're milking it as hard as possible? Homelander's favorite thing to do. Well, that's kind of possible. Why are y'all so obsessed with Chapter 1? Let it go. Let it die already. Or what if the choice of making this second OG season be Chapter 2 rather than Chapter 1? Interesting. Is this made to abuse like the nostalgia of like every player, or is it made for, I don't know, money, or is it a storyline, or are they just like messing around? This sounds like a really interesting thing to make a video around, so why not? I'm gonna talk about it in this video. Let the Professor Lore and the Master of the 5 realities figure out why exactly Chapter 2 is returning really soon into the game. How is it even returning story-wise? Or what will it be about? What is gonna happen within that season? And the most important question, will it be a good OG season? Or is it gonna suck kind of like the last one? Wait, don't kill me, please! I know hating on the OG season with how crazy well it did is like the biggest crime in the community right now. Especially since Chapter 5 coming after it kinda sucks. But just like movies, music, and all the other entertainment out there, doing well and making money does not mean that something is truly good. Fortnite OG needed an interesting type of transition when we changed from like Season 5 Chapter 1 into the other ones. Maybe something to remind us of the events which happened within that season and enjoy the memories together. But rather than OG trying to be something special and actually interesting, it just became a mindless plaything. There was no actual art or craft gone into it. It was just here, play a worse version of what Chapter 1 used to be. Especially because of how they treated my most favorite seasons of Chapter 1. The actually fun ones filled with personality and care. Season 7, one of the biggest masterpieces of Chapter 1 and a banger storyline. The Ice King or the Fire King, or the best part of it, Polar Peaks Castle. None of the interesting part of that season made it into the game, like not a single cool part of it. No Infinity Blade, nor the actually good version of the planes. It went from peak perfection, insane amount of fun, into pretty much useless.
Wow, this is garbage.
Even Plane Simulator don't do that. Or maybe it does, I have no clue. Season 8. I know a lot of people that this was their favorite season of Chapter 1. Well, we can pretty much say that it did not even get added into the OG season. Yeah, the ballers were there and some like pirate flags, but like that's it. No volcano, none of the actually interesting part of that season, nothing. Same as Season 9 following it. If you know me, you probably also know how much I love futuristic things like Mega City. Oh my god, the graphics, that place is my best place ever. Home. I was really excited that I'm gonna get to experience Neo Tilted again. The actually good version of Tilted. Or to even see Singularity again. I guess we can't have good things anymore in modern Fortnite. And Season X, we got it. But like the worst version of that season possible. Every single interesting thing about that season, everything that made that season be what it was, none of it made into OG. The only thing we saw from Season X into the OG season, it was just a meteor. Pretty much that's it. Then while a lot of people enjoyed the mindless gameplay of that season, it was just nothing but pure torture for me. It was so bad. I was counting every single second, every single day, just end faster. They pretty much ruined the good memories of the OG Fortnite I used to have. I don't play games just to play games. The art, the craft, and the personality of them matter a lot to me. Without that, games kind of feel like a waste of time. Exactly what OG felt like. Why would I exactly want to play a worse version of something that I've already experienced in my life? Rather than instead Fortnite trying to make sure that the new chapters they make, they're actually as good as the ones we used to get. I personally don't enjoy enjoy supporting these type of things. So OG became my least favorite season of all time, especially taking into account how the storyline of that season felt like an afterthought. There was no true direction to it. The only reason that the OG season happened was to make up a lot of hype for people to try out the upcoming metaverse games coming after it. And that was shown off even more with the lackluster story of the season and the live events. God, that live event was so disappointing. No going through the memories of the past, no learning more about the Ice King, Singularity or Drift and so on. No getting to see actually interesting and awesome things those seasons offered. Just mindless gameplay. I have never before fully explained why exactly I hate the OG season, but here you go. I hope you please don't kill me. I'm sorry. No. But is this same problem that the last OG season went through gonna happen again? Will OG2, the chapter 2 version of it, be as bad as the last one? I think it's probably gonna be handled better, especially since they now have way more experience on how to do this better, thanks to the last one. Also, it's chapter 2, the superior chapter, so already way better. Then another thing, is this other OG season also made for the purpose of generating hype before something huge comes after it? Like what exactly happened with the mid-wars? I'm half on this one, because if you don't know, Fortnite Open World is coming really soon. It's a Fortnite storyline focused game mode that has been worked on way before LEGO racing and so on, while it also seems to be about traveling realities and doing Fortnite storyline things, so lots of fun. There is a huge chance that this massive game is releasing as the big feature of chapter 6, so I believe that OG chapter 2 pretty much might be coming for hyping up this masterpiece. And I've been talking about Fortnite Open World before anyone else, before you were even born, so it better be good. I'm gonna go into Epic HQ, I'm gonna smack every single person within there. But even then, I still don't think that that's the only reason why OG2 is happening, because chapter 2 is not really as overrated as chapter 1 is. I truly believe that this time there will be actually important reasons for why we're going back to chapter 2. Reasons to make me actually care about it as well, and genuinely try to experience and enjoy it. There is hope that this OG season is gonna be way better than the last one, and that's directly connected to chapter 5's own core, the core that I talked about in this video. Chapter 5 is pretty much alternate chapter 2. We have already gone through this topic like a lot. That's why the seasons are following the exact same vibe as chapter 2 ones and so on, and I have brought up for a long time now how I believe that this is exactly the reason why we're going back to chapter 2 and not chapter 1 or chapter 3 or anything, even though I would have much rather go to chapter 4. But baby, but boy, I miss you so much. The graphics, Mega City, I miss. We're going back to chapter 2 OG2 because we're already in chapter 2 right now. But it's like an alternate version of it thanks to what happened within Big Bang. Since this roadmap confirms how in the end of chapter 5 something will happen to send us back to the original chapter 2. Something should happen within the next season which will take all of us back to the original timeline. So since we're within chapter 5 and this is alternate chapter 2, exactly because of that it directly puts us back into chapter 2. Now, what is that thing gonna be? I mean, it kinda feels obvious to me. Is it just me? Just look at him. I believe the Wanderer could very much exactly be what takes us back into chapter 2 and exactly how we get there and so on. The reasoning behind this is connected to this video and how I believe the Wanderer must be the Nothing. Everything about this character makes me believe it has to be. Or even how the entire chapter 4 and chapter 5 plot it was all to finally free the Nothing and to let him join the last reality army as well. But why does that have anything to do with chapter 2? Simple. What was the biggest strike and the moment of last reality in the history of Fortnite? That was chapter 2 season 8, the end event. The event which last reality didn't fully finish the job of taking over. And the first time we hear the name of the Nothing. Then how I said that last reality did not finish the job at this season because they're waiting for their god to be free first. And now that he's freed, I believe that he wants to join the last reality at the exact time as the chapter 2's event, but this time fully finish the job with them and no more wasting time. That would be how I personally would tell the rest of the game's storyline, to make an actual satisfying conclusion to the story of the Wanderer and the last reality mostly, while also connecting the past and present in a satisfying way that feels emotional and memorable to people. Something which the first OG season just felt horribly at. It felt like a fraction of a masterpiece it could have been. And I really hope that Fortnite takes a more artistic path this time, and not just throw out something just to hype people up for metaverse or whatever. Make an actually interesting OG season. There is also another reason why I believe that something similar to this will happen in the next OG season. That one is directly connected to how Fortnite Open World probably is gonna release within Chapter 6. The savior of the Fortnite storyline community. Please be good. Fortnite Open World was teased to release as far back as Chapter 3 Season 1, where the Foundation told us,
"With your help, we can free ourselves from this place and leave the loop for good. We can all go home."
Home meaning leaving reality 0, traveling to other realities in the Fortnite Omniverse and exploring them. Also what I exactly believe Fortnite Open World to be. So just like how the Foundation made it sound like, the Open World should be the next phase of Fortnite's storyline. What comes after a very big conclusion on everything we have gone through. What would be a banger conclusion to this massive storyline if not a banger massive final fight with the last reality itself? But this time the nothing is on their side too. At the end of OG2 we might finally be freed from the last reality for a while, and the 0 point finally being safe. Therefore what the Foundation brought up can finally happen. We can go home. Home is Mega City and Chapter 4. God, I miss that chapter so much. Take me back. Home being other realities out there, so Fortnite Open World. This upcoming Open World has to be the next phase of the storyline, while we finally get to see while the story is being told in a place where they belong, which also hopefully should bring up the quality of the storyline as well, and the experience and the gameplay of it. While ending the current phase of the storyline with Chapter 2 would be just a perfect choice if done well. What's a better chapter to go back to and have a grand conclusion on than the very chapter which made the Fortnite storyline movie level amazing? The chapter that brought much more personality to this game than ever before, and showed us just how amazing the Fortnite storyline truly is. But Scyan, the roadmap only shows like the first 3 seasons. The end event happens in Season 8. Are you dumb? Shut up! I believe that the picture there probably is not that important. There is just no way that Fortnite is gonna end OG Chapter 2 before the actually amazing and iconic seasons. Hopefully Fortnite is not gonna make the same mistake as the last OG season and give us the actually interesting seasons within Chapter 2 like Season 7, Season 8, God, those are perfect. Those are the best. I miss them. Fortnite has the chance to make a masterpiece of art, something genuinely memorable, and use the power to travel into the game's past, then make the memories of it for us even more special. Hopefully they're gonna take this chance and actually do something interesting with it, like what I just explained. Or they can just take the first OG season route. But even going back to Chapter 2 is not gonna fix how bad Fortnite has been recently, making some of the worst mistakes ever within Chapter 5, and just so many of them, to the point that Chapter 5 is slowly killing Fortnite. But hey, I have made this video exactly on this topic, bringing up every single thing that is wrong with the game right now, and even making my own solutions for it, for example the Discovery tab or the Locker UI and so on.